Doctor Strange. Your work saved the lives of thousands. What if I told you that reality is one of many?
The journey of Stephen Strange in this movie, in the earliest comics, is about a guy kind of admitting he doesn't know everything. He thinks he does, and he is a scientist, and he's very smart, but he has to let go, forget everything he thinks he knows, as Mordo tells him in the film. And so much of that is in the DNA of science and of the scientific method, pushing boundaries past what you may or may not know, and accepting that you don't know everything. And in a lot of ways, I think you kind of become a better person doing that, as Stephen does in the movie. I like that. I think that's the mission of science. It's the philosophy of science. And that is the lesson of this movie, even though it's steeped in magic and the mystic arts.
Ultimately, the scientific and the mystical are intrinsically separate magisteria. I think it's important in storytelling to allow the mystical to retain its mystery, not to explain it all down to nuts and bolts. You do want to create the space in which magic is possible. You want to have some notion of its underpinnings and confine it to a domain so you know that what magic's good for and not good for. And we wanted a deeply grounded magic in our world, not a whimsical magic of casual spells and magic words, but a magic that seemed to traffic in modifications of the root of reality.
We're creatures of reason and we're creatures of faith, and it's sort of the human struggle, the struggle that Strange goes through in this movie is reconciling the two. Ultimately, this isn't a story about a guy who was a scientist and then forgets all that and leaves all that behind and just becomes a total hippie, out there on the astral plane. It's about finding the balance, right? And I think that's kind of the journey of this film.
There are ways in which our hero, when you see the film, will be seen to push against the limits of the possible in reality as we understand it. Our science consulting team helped us understand the implications of that, what some of the limitations there might be.
And the most exciting thing is we've shown the movie to an audience now, and people, they like the action, they like the special effects, they like all the things you get in a Marvel movie. They're also saying, I like the philosophy of the movie. I like what it has to say, and the fact that people are calling that out along with everything else is very gratifying.
I've spent so many years peering through time, looking for you.
Okay, so what did you think of that video? Now I've got some more on Doctor Strange for you. Did you know that many people have been trying to make a Doctor Strange movie since the mid-80s? From 1986 to 2005, people within Hollywood such as Bob Gale, Wes Craven, David S. Goyer, and even Stan Lee himself with co-writer Alex Cox have all tried to make a film adaptation of Doctor Strange, but failed. No Doctor Strange movie has ever made it past the pre-production phase until November 2015, the date when the new Doctor Strange movie started filming. Now, did you also know that Benedict Cumberbatch originally turned down the role of Doctor Strange? When Cumberbatch was first approached for the film, he originally turned it down due to scheduling complications. However, when the release date for the film was pushed back from July 2016 to November 2016, Cumberbatch was able to sign on to the project. Now, to do some prep work for the role, Cumberbatch taught English at a Buddhist monastery in India. In the comics, Doctor Strange was trained at an Eastern monastery, so to prepare for the role, Cumberbatch volunteered to teach English at a Buddhist monastery in Darjeeling, India for a year. So, do you think Doctor Strange will be a success for Marvel? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm Lisa, and thanks for watching.